What's going on, everybody? This week we are talking about patience, so let's dive right in. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is AP Raleigh, author of Abide, and I make content to help you and me grow in our Christian walk together with Christ. If that's something that you love too, go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, all of the above so you don't miss out on a thing. Now, talking about patience today, this is a hard one. It's one that we don't really like to hear about. Nobody wants to hear just be patient. It's going to be all right. Just calm down. Yeah, that's I don't know. That's just going to drive me up a wall. But in this case, I want to go back to quick, easy definition that I think pretty much everybody in the Christian world wants to jump straight to, which is fruit of the Spirit. Because it talks in there about patience. So, what is it actually looking for? What does that word patience mean? Some places translate it as forbearance, some as long suffering. So, what in the heck are we really talking about here? And it's interesting to find out that this word is kind of like a little combo. And what it says and what it's talking about is actually going to be, I mean, we want to call it patience, but it's waiting for the appropriate time to be angry, is really what it's talking about. It's talking about like a situation is rough and we're just going to endure it for a little while. We're waiting. It's not even patience, it's just waiting before an emotional response needs to be had. Now, I just talked about anger in the last video. You can go check that out up top if you get excited. But I think patience is a lot of stuff. This is a pretty good start because we tend to get frustrated, we tend to get angry, and then we have to do something. And almost all the time when we're talking about being patient about something, what we first and foremost want to do is grab control because something's not going the way we'd planned. It's not going fast enough or in the manner that we want. And instead of just allowing it to exist, we get angry, we get frustrated. That's what pops up before we even do anything. And then in response to that, of course, we start jumping in, trying to control the situation, trying to do stuff, trying to make it happen. And what I find more often than not, that waiting period is something that we struggle to define. And that's what the patience is. It's not just not doing anything, because we want it to be doing nothing. And doing nothing is different than waiting. Now, I know that seems contradictory, but you can actively wait. So, say there's some terrible situation going on, you're feeling impatient, you're feeling this frustration, but you want to wait, you want to be patient, you want to be at peace with it. So, what do? Well, guess what? You can still pray about it. You can still do your part. Maybe you've delegated something to someone and you're trying to be patient. Allow them to figure it out, allow them to work through it. That doesn't mean you can't do your part. That doesn't mean you can't do other things. This doesn't need to fully consume your mind. In fact, that's the exact opposite of patience would be your mind is fully consumed by this. Okay, you're still trying to control it. You're still working in the narrative that you are doing the thing itself, because that's coming out of what's going on in your mind. You're frustrated, you're angry. So, what are we not doing is waiting to be frustrated or angry, allowing the situation to just kind of grow and exist. And the most beautiful definition, in my brain at least, of starting this process is delegation. This waiting period, that's the period where we're delegating. And delegation done properly is not this whole, looking over your shoulder, micromanagement type approach. It's giving someone something to work on, leaving, allowing them to do it. If it's not done in time, then yeah, there's going to be some consequence, or there's going to be some move forward. There's going to be something going on, but there's this period where you've given instruction, you allow instruction to be filled out, you allow them to do what needs to be done without that being on your plate. Because in proper delegation, anybody that's in a high level position, or maybe you're not, maybe you've just done some difficult tasks in the past, anytime you've got to delegate, you need that to go off of your plate. The reason you're doing that is so you don't have to micromanage, so you don't have to deal with it, because you've got other things going on. So when we're talking patience, if you want to be patient about something, understanding that first and foremost, the person that we're delegating this to is God. Like, like if I give something to God, I'm going to allow him some time to work on it, to do what needs to be done, and trust that he's going to take care of that. And if he doesn't, there's a reason why. There's something going on, and we can revisit this when it's time to revisit it. But for now, I can allow it to exist, and that's really what I want to hit on here. That's what I love is the true waiting period, the true patience is allowing something to exist. Simply that. Say, you know, maybe you got a kid in your life, maybe you got something going on, I don't know, and you want him to take care of something, you want him to do something, but you're going to be patient. Now, what that doesn't mean is continuing to harp, continuing to insert yourself, because that's taking control. And that's what we tend to try to do is I need control. It's natural for us to want to have that. We're not allowing any sort of waiting period. We're immediately jumping to anger and frustration, which of course doesn't usually come out very aggressively, but that's this driving factor is the need to control, which doesn't allow for the waiting period, which doesn't allow for patience at all. So we can say, I'm being patient with you. Are you? So honestly, this one is surprisingly simple. So we've got it's a quick video for you. I hope that this has helped you grow in your faith and that you learn a little bit. We're going to be going through fruits of the Spirit in the next upcoming videos. I'm pretty stoked to go through all of them and kind of define what this whole picture looks like. So if you want to keep in touch on that, you want to watch it, go ahead, like, subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. And if you haven't already, go check out my latest book, Abide, available on Amazon.